So this is the final 1v1 for the first round of the tournament. This is number 2 versus number 15. Let me check to make sure I have that right. Yes, this is number 2 versus number 15. And the final match of the first round. So it's true you can delete your mill after you build your mill. You can delete it because you can build farms, but you still need to have the mill and the lumber camp up at the same time, or you're going to have to build them again at the end of your age. So here's an interesting matchup, one that I didn't think I would see. You have Vietnamese for Coke in the blue, and you have Goths for Toilet in the red. Earlier in the round, we saw, I think it was Ethan versus Amerikaner. Ethan took Goths and won. I don't know if he watched that game and thought, hey, I like Goths, I'm going to give that a try. Goths do not get siege engineers, but they do get bombard cannons. Goths get heavy scorpions. Vietnamese, I know they get bombard cannons. They don't get heavy scorpion, but I believe they do get siege engineers. Yep, they do get siege engineers. So Vietnamese have 1 extra range on their units for their siege workshop, and trebuchets if Coke decides to build them. You see, there's just a slight difference. He's got enough wood to build 3 more farms. He just didn't, because the forward lumber camp, the lumber camp against the end, makes it so you get wood faster. So you have the ability to put more farms down faster, which is why Coke has his 7 farms up, and Toilet's still stuck on 5 or 6. So it took Toilet about 50 seconds longer than Coke to get his 7 farms up. Here's Toilet going to put up an 8th. Oh, and if you're wondering why Coke can see Toilet's starting town center location, it's because it's the Vietnamese bonus. You can see enemy positions at the start of the game. You don't get full line of sight on them, but you get to see where they are. So he will know exactly where he needs to go if he decides to be the aggressor here. Coke on his way to feudal with 15 villagers. Toilet is housed at 15, but instead of clicking up, he didn't have his 2 buildings at the same time. That's why, in my opinion, you don't delete your mill until your lumber camp is up. So Coke is going to get there first. He's going to be able to put up a market. He's got 500 wood to sell. He's going to give... That's going to hit the market prices pretty hard. Toilet's got about 500 wood, but he still needs to build his market, which will knock him down a bit. So at this point, they're each going to build some more villagers. Speed this a little bit up. So they're basically just waiting for their food to come back in. Coke already built his his blacksmith to go with his market. So he's just waiting for his food, and he's selling wood until he gets his food. Then I go to Castle Age. There's already a 4 villager lead for Coke. A couple villagers does make a big difference in the beginning of the game. Coke is housed here at 20. He's going to build 2 town centers to get up to 3. See, if I started like this, I would have cut that line of trees. That would have given me space to build 2 houses, 2 houses, 2 houses. I would have built all my houses up at the top. Okay. Toilets in Castle Age. Waiting for him to put up the, there we go, second town center. In my opinion, you always want to go for 3. It does make you go up to Imperial a little bit slower because you're spending a little more food. But you can get out more villagers if you do it correctly, and you'll be in a slightly, not as bad of a position, but slightly worse with a minute or so slower imp time. But if you have the better economy, you can always compensate for that. So for the Vietnamese, I kind of expect to see some battle elephants. Probably not a lot, but a couple. I don't think they get Hussar. So you might see some light cav streaming into Red's base to attack his farms. One of the reasons Coke is so highly rated is because he's one of the guys who will just stream units past your military and go straight to your economy. Because you can't fight without an economy. It's effective. I don't like it, but I will do it if I have to. I prefer just to push the entire army back. Coke wants to take your whole army away. See, like how he's cutting up here? I would delete these 2 farms, and you could build 6 houses. Okay, sell some food. So, like 1,000 food. And you can be on your way to Imp. That's... He doesn't have enough gold for the Onager upgrade. He deleted his market without enough gold for the Onager upgrade. Now he realizes it and has to build his market again. Let's see. Coke has a 55 villager lead, and he knows exactly where his opponent's going to be. So in this case, I would expand, build some more farms, build some more houses. See, he deleted those farms for houses up there. Expand, build farms here, build houses up here. Get a blacksmith and a barracks. That way you can start getting your researches done. Also university, so you can research bombard cannon. When you're doing 1v1, you can't afford a ton of bombard cannons, but even 5 or so is enough to snipe enemy onagers and ensure you have the firepower superiority. As you see, Toilet is mostly just expanding his economy. Okay, getting some production buildings up.
殿下個熱勢飽。
I think 3 is a little excessive, but to each their own. You get some barracks up. Castle up. I wonder what he's going to do with that. Just conscription? Or is he going to make rattan archers? So Goths have cheap infantry. When you're playing against the Goth player, you know you're going to be seeing a bunch of infantry because that's basically all they can do. Infantry and bombard cannons. That's how close they are. I wish I could zoom out more, I really do. I don't know how. Here you see some Goth two-handed swordsmen. Some of them are trapped because of how he built his buildings. Delete the barracks. Push it down one more because he's got 13 trapped two-handed swordsmen. Yep, he's making rattan archers. Rattan archers are very good for fighting the champion line, except these aren't upgraded at all. They're also really good for fighting other opponent archers, because their pierce armor is insane. So Coke is housed at 230. Toilet's housed at, or he's not housed. He needs, oh boy, this is what I was talking about. Coke will go straight for your economy, where most people will just keep fighting up here until they kill all of your units, which I guess he did. Coke goes straight for your economy. Wanted to make sure there's no farmers out. And this looks pretty over. Toilet's got nobody on farms. He has no upgrades for his units. And now he's going to be fighting champions, which I think are fully upgraded. I don't think Vietnamese get the final attack bonus, the final attack upgrade for their champions. So these town centers are going to melt to those champions. All of his villagers are going to die. He can produce more units, but unupgraded pikemen versus champions and halberdiers is not a good fight. Plus, he's still got some rattan archers up there. Not fully upgraded, but enough to do the job. And Coke with plenty of resources behind. He's now building his bombard cannons. Yeah, it was not a very good game. I mean, it's number 2 versus number 15, so you don't expect to see a very close match. Look at the KD, that's just wow. Better economy for Coke. Coke had a later imp time, but he did more once he got there. Higher villager count. I really don't know what that means, if I'm being honest.
Let's
Get into game 2. Forest Prison. First time we've seen this map in the tournament. You have an oblong shape of a starting base. This must be Toilet's home map. I mean, you're going to start it the same as every other map. You put down a house and a mill. Start getting farms out, get more villagers out. You're going to try to put as many farms down as you can. I think Coke has the slightly better base for building farms, but we'll see. Let's talk about civs. We have Saracens, which have the best market bonus in the game, versus Persians. Persians don't really require a ton of gold, as they have crossbows with commander in, comment, whatever, however you say it. What he needs to do is build more farms, put out a lumber camp. See, his town center's not up against the wood like Coke's is, so he needs a lumber camp sooner. We're going to speed up a little bit. So all they're going to be doing is putting up farms until they get to max farm space. Yeah, Coke's going to need to build another mill. Don't think I would have built mine there. I think I would have built mine there, but I don't know. Everything's always different when you're the one playing the game. It seems much faster when you're playing. So it looks like Toilet had a very nice start for building just 8 farms around his town center. He does have to chop that one tree. They're both on their way to feudal age. We'll get there roughly the same time. We got a market going up. No market going up. So first sale goes to Coke. So each player is going to need to build a blacksmith. There's Coke's blacksmith. And now Coke's on his way to Castle Age. I would delete the market, put 4 houses there so you can start expanding. Or delete it and put the town center there. I don't know what he's going to do. Yep, delete it for a town center. I would put a lumber camp here. And whenever I get enough space up here, I would put a 3rd town center. Look at that works. A Castle Age for Toilet. Town center would fit quite nicely right here. Yeah, I guess that works. So Toilet's just now getting wheelbarrow. Coke is putting up houses wherever he can. So if Coke wins this, he moves on to the second round of the 1v1 tournament. Always, I mean, Toilet is fighting for his life here. If he loses, he's out. There's still the 2v2 tournament that he's a part of. There's no prize pool. This is all for fun. See who the better players in the clan are. See what strategies people use. Give the newer players a chance to just see and try to adapt strategies to improve. Toilet has stopped building villagers. You never stop building villagers, because it's not like he's trying to save up food here. He has 1,000 food more than he needs, so keep building villagers. Hoke is still building villagers. There's a 20 villager gap. Toilet built his siege workshop before the market. Sell some of your food. You have plenty of food. Koka's not on his way to Imp yet. Now he is. There's gotta be like a decent price. Destroy your monastery. Build a lumber camp. You got how many villagers stuck now? Delete the monastery. You don't need the monastery. It's not a very efficient way to build your base. And when you're on your way to Imp, you want to have a couple mangonels. That way, like this, as soon as you get to Imp, you can just start cutting, build more houses, build more farms, expand and attack. Looks like they both got to Imp a little faster than the last game. I think this was about the time they hit Imp. I'm gonna speed it up. It took him 24 minutes to get 2 onagers out. You want to have your onagers at like 22 at the latest, because the extra 2 minutes of cutting can be huge. He already has a much bigger path of land. He's getting his researches. He's got 23 farms. He needs more than that. No production buildings, no researches, no blacksmith. Not even just building houses where he can. They're already essentially connected right here. They got like 10 layers of trees left. Here's another thing about Saracens. Mamelukes and camels are strong against Persian elephants. Coke now knows he's there. Neither of them knew the opponent was there, but now they both know they're there. Toilet built barracks instead of archery ranges for trash bows. Also, farms. Farms, man. Build farms. Get more villagers. Build archery ranges. Take those trebs and start trebing down those castles. There's no reason to wait. At least treb down the stables in front. Coke, on the other hand, he built more farms. That should be enough farms for him. He's researching, what is that, champion? And Hussar. He's got Hussar, he's got Mameluke. Fully upgraded. Fully upgraded. He needs to hit right there, give his Mamelukes an easier path to get through. Once again, toilet paper just does not have production buildings up. 36 minutes is not a very fast attack. On a map like this, you should expect to be attacked around 30 minutes, so he should have been better prepared. Those are villagers, not elephants. His economy is toast. See a bombard cannon coming in. Probably going for that castle. Nope. It attacked the pikemen. I thought he was last gasping, sending those villagers to attack the onagers, but they just went to cut wood. Here we see some elephants. No upgrades. Not even elite war elephants. I mean, they're still strong and super tanky. Use those bombard cannons to hit the castle so we can't make any more elephants. I think he just killed more of his own units because that elephant's still alive. Persian castle goes down. One elephant left. Elephant goes down. 30 villagers, 29. All of them idle. Let's speed this up till we get a... There we go. And that ends the round for Coke and Toilet. Let's look at their stats real quick. Coke almost killed more of his units than Toilet killed. Yep. Toilet got to imp 3 minutes faster. Let's end that recording.